There we go. Okay. So good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me today for the Music Parent Orientation 2020 with Roosevelt Elementary. My name is Yinchi Chang, and I'll be Dr. Chang for your kids. All right. So this is super important right here. This is my Zoom link for all of the music classes. There's no meeting ID requirement or passcode at this moment. So anytime your kid comes to class, they need to visit this link. This link is also posted on their Google Classrooms. Their teacher should also have this link too. But I highly suggest that the kids save my link somewhere. It should save on their Zoom as well. One thing very important is to join the Remind app. Obviously, you all have joined Remind app. That's why you're here. So for others that haven't joined Remind app, this is a really great parent text group for the Roosevelt Elementary. And all you need to do is to use your phone, open the message, and text 81010. Type this code at G4F9B34 and then hit send. And in the text, it should immediately tell you something like you have joined the Roosevelt Music text group or something like that. So this is super important if you want to be in direct contact with me. This is like the best way. Okay. Okay, so this is another piece of very important information. This is the music class schedule. So this year, music classes will take place via Zoom during the regular school day. So it would be like a virtual pull out, like how they did it when they were face-to-face regular pull out. So this would be a virtual pull out. Your kid will be leaving their classroom teacher's Zoom to join my Zoom. And then when they're done with my Zoom, they leave and go back to their classroom teacher's Zoom. Hopefully that's clear enough. And on the day that your child has music, especially for the returning students, they need to have their instruments ready. Okay, another very important information is Roosevelt music classes are on Tuesdays and Fridays. I hope this will be set days. I really don't want to change these at this moment. So Tuesdays and Fridays are music classes. Tuesday, I have 2 classes in the afternoon. Returning strings, 1 to 135, and the returning band, 140 to 210. Friday, I have 5 classes, and they are beginning strings in 4th grade, beginning strings in 5th grade, beginning brass in beginning brass. I think they're mixed grades, but they all play brass instruments. 11:15 to 11:45, beginning winds, 1 o'clock to 1:35, beginning percussion, 140 to 210. So here are the 5 classes for Friday. Let's keep on going. Okay, so Google class codes. This is the class code that your kid has to, add the class on their Google Class. If they are a beginning instrument of any kind, they are going to be in this beginning music class. And this is their code. And this is also a link, which let me try if I can click on it. Okay, it works. So this link takes them to the class. And you see I have my Zoom here. That's to my music class. Okay, and then because I'm already joined, so I'm not sure what it looks like when they click on the link, but that is an invitation link to add their class. Okay, so if they don't know how to do it, let's see. Let me show you really quick. Classroom. And you add a class, join class, and then you have the code right here. Okay, let's go back to the presentation. Okay. Sorry. Returning band, this is their code and this is their link. Returning string, this is the link. If they haven't added themselves to my class, these are the 3 links they need to do. Again, beginning music is for everybody that's starting out this year on any instrument. Returning band and returning strings are only for students that have participated last year. Okay, classroom procedures and expectations is the same just like when we're face-to-face. So even in Zoom, students are to participate in the once-a-week music class via Zoom. Students are to complete the weekly assignments from the music teacher, and regular attendance and participation in distance learning is a requirement to participate in music once in-person classes resume. So this just means we treat distance learning just like when we're face-to-face instruction. There's nothing different about the instruction. It's just online, but we still respect the teaching. We expect the students have to be responsible to their own learning. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about beginners. So beginners with instruments. Beginning students will use instruments when face-to-face on-campus instruction resumes. So for now, they will not get instruments, mostly because they're beginners and we don't want anything to break. Regular attendance and participation in distance learning is a requirement to participate in music once in-person classes resume. So even though they have no instruments, they are still required to participate once they enroll. And when we go back to school, they are still considered enrolled and they still have to come to class. We don't want beginning students to learn their instruments without an instructor with them, and because that would create bad habits, and accidents might happen. So we are preventing that. Okay. Grades/progress reports. Home practice, evidence of students' practice time at home. We'll talk about that with the students, how they would do that. We want to see general musicianship to improve overall. And then we also need the students to come to the class. So attendance is a really big thing. Your kid can't be leaving their classroom teacher's Zoom and telling the teacher, oh, I'm going to Dr. Chan's music class, but he never shows up on my Zoom, because I would know that. And that would be a misattendance, and that would be, I think, a little bit bad, and we don't want that to happen. So attendance is important. When they leave their classroom teacher Zoom, they come here. They don't go somewhere else and don't show up. Okay, so returning music students, practicing your instruments at home. If you're a returning student, you should have picked up your instruments already. If not, your parents need to make a special appointment with me to pick up your instruments so that you can practice at home. Okay? Students are expected to practice their instruments regularly and make consistent progress throughout the school year. Practice record will be something to be discussed with the students once they are in class with me. Amount of time is not as important as musical progress, but 20 to 30 minutes, 5 to 6 days per week is a guideline. And we will talk about how to practice with the students once we're in class. Okay, concerts and performances. I know in the past that BCSD has many of these in-person live concerts. That's really fun to go. But as of now, live performances are on hold until further notice. The teachers will try to be collaborative and creative. We might be doing something online, but there'll be more discussion for that later. Okay, I want to share this quote with you guys. Joe Staub, she is my very, very first music professor in university, literally the first teacher I've ever met as a university student. She was a flute player. She was an amazing mentor, and she taught me so much. And I feel like she might be the reason why I'm being a teacher. She always talks about practicing smart. And she always jokes and to us and say, hey, we're not perfect. Practice don't make perfect. Every single musician out there wants to be perfect. So there is this quote, practice makes perfect, circling around the musicians all the time. But no, we are trying to do practice makes progress, because being perfect is an ideal. It's kind of impossible, and it's very emotionally charged and sometimes a little bit negative. And as musicians, we're very hard on ourselves, and we don't really want that. We want to have a healthy mindset when we practice. And the reason we practice is we want to make progress. So practice makes progress is what she always tells us in class when we're feeling low. So I hope my students here at Roosevelt will also practice to make progress, and to feel good that they have made good progress throughout the year, even though they're sitting at home doing their music stuff. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about Quaver Music. Quaver Music is a music program that the beginning students will be using a lot during distance learning. This music program is an online music content. It has solid music foundation designed for elementary students. It has a lot of materials, a wide range of topics. It's very engaging, and a lot of musical activities and knowledge banks for the students to discover. And it is really fun. Students will absorb musical knowledge by interactive musical play activities, and they will build musical knowledge and will have a faster time learning their instrument when they pick it up when we're back face to face. All right, so I think this concludes. Oh, no, not yet. This next slide is for other parents who have not enrolled their kid yet. You can still enroll by pointing your camera on your phone to this QR code. It will lead you straight to the enrollment form, and you need to fill it out. Every single student that wants to do music needs to enroll. This is because I need to populate the class so I can have have access basically to student reports and things like that. So it's really important that you enroll so we know who is who in the music classes. Okay, so one last thing I want to show you in my class is, if your kid has not enrolled, that is fine. But when they are in class, let me see. Not this one. Let me find another class to go to. X. For example, this is another school I have. I actually have the enrollment form right here, okay? Every single class will have the enrollment video and the enrollment form right here. So if your kid joins the class but has not enrolled, they can still enroll here. Or the parents can enroll here via the QR code. All right, I think this is my last slide. So everyone, welcome to Roosevelt music class. I hope to have a really good year with you guys. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. I will try my best to help you out. And one last thing for the students and the parent is that I want to have my classroom about music, and here it is. Music is to make good choices. Music is to use kind words to each other. Music is to show respect to your peers, your family, your friend, and your skill set as being a musician. Music is to involve yourself, and music is to care for a room and instruments and others. So I hope this presentation helped you, and this presentation will be also posted on YouTube and shared on Remind app, Parent Square, and anywhere possible. So Thank you for joining me today, and I really do hope to see you soon. Thank you. Okay.